Hello and welcome back to the Ballin Sisters, and I am back. So we do know that the Premier League fixtures for this weekend have been postponed, and that too for the passing away of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. This happened yesterday, and today, later in the evening, EFL announced that the FA announced that there is going to be postponements for this week of fixtures up till Monday because there were fixtures up till Monday. Now, why what we wanted to discuss today, because we've got time at our hand, and I wanted to discuss about the top six teams. So, top six in my eyes are Arsenal, Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Manchester United, and Tottenham Hotspurs. The thing which I really wanted to discuss was up till now, up till game week number 5, how have these guys performed? Game week number 6, how have these guys performed? And has their transfer strategies worked till now? How have the managers coped up? And what do I see in the coming game weeks before the international break coming a week later from now? So next week we will hopefully have games, and then we've got the international break coming up. So for now, let me discuss. First, let's start off with Arsenal. Arsenal has got off the blocks like an arrow going towards its target. They've had a brilliant summer. They added firepower. That firepower is visible. They've had Saliba at the back, who's a very, very strong contender. He's been there at the center. He's starting off. That is very, very nice for them. Then we've got Zinchenko on the left side. He's becoming a menace on a day-on-day basis. At his young age, he's becoming a very prominent figure in the Arsenal lineup. Then we've got Gabriel Jesus, who's up there up front. Somebody which was missing up till last season for Arteta and Arsenal. What I didn't expect out of Arsenal this season was getting out of the blocks the way they did. 5 games, 5 wins. I believe they are, 6 games, 5 wins, 1 loss, 14 goals scored, and 7 away. So a total goal difference of 7 plus. And they are top of the table with 15 points. They only lost coming against Manchester United, which was about a week, 10 days back. Apart from that, Arteta and Arsenal have been performing exceptionally well. Exceptionally well. And for me, right now, if I have to choose a team to be in the top 4, Arsenal is right there. And they come end of game week 38. I believe Arsenal is going to be at least, if not third or fourth. I believe they're going to be second, if not third or fourth. But they will be there in the Champions League position in this season. So coming next season, they should be playing in the Champions League. And taking into account the team which has now fallen into and has vibed Arteta's for the club and the support which Kroenke family has given Arsenal. Moving from Arsenal, let me talk about Manchester City. There is no talk about Manchester City. They are the title contenders. They are leading the race from the front. They are number 2 currently in the Premier League, 6 games. They are number 2 with 14 points. I don't think so. They've lost any game. They've had 2 draws. They've not lost any game in the Premier League right now. And they've got a plus 14 goal difference with 14 points. Pep Guardiola and his team play a very specific football, and that is very pleasing to the eye. Sometimes it's quite boring, but right now it is the most appealing football I have ever seen in my life. And that is very truly speaking the kind of game they are playing. But with the additions of Haaland in the team, additions of Alvarez in the team, it has given more dynamics to the team. They've also sold out other players, and I believe they have a major amount of profit from player sales and players incoming. What a transfer strategy they are. 50 million for Haaland, and right now he's on more or less, he's scored 10 goals up till now, and it's just the beginning of the Premier League. Understand one thing, what is he going to do in the next coming 32 game weeks? He's going to be going mad. And plus, they've got the Champions League, which Manchester City are playing. They are right there. And I believe right now, if you want me to give you a title contender, that is one. Number 2, are they the favorites to win the Champions League? Yes, they are. But again, it is the Champions League. Nobody knows what is going to happen. Will they be contenders to lift other domestic trophies like the Carling Cup as well as the FA Cup very lightly. They might be there. Even their B team is as strong as any Premier League team currently. So I believe Manchester City is right there at the helm. Moving from Manchester City, let me go to Tottenham Hotspurs. Currently number three, Antonio Conte. When he took over last season, we all know what he is capable of in the Premier League. In his first season against Chelsea in the 2016-17 season, he won them the league. Coming back from when Chelsea was 10th position, they had the team which was there, they were performing. But for Antonio Conte and Daniel Levy, credits to both of them. Daniel Levy has gone into and given up the thoughts that what Antonio Conte wants to do with the Arsenal team, with the Tottenham Hotspurs team. But the question is, will he be able to win them some silverware? Domestic cups? Yes, maybe. Will he be able to win them the top four or in the Champions League where he's going to be there? Maybe they might be there. They might be performing pretty well. Tottenham Hotspurs have been doing pretty well. They've lost the group stage which they had against the Marseille. They won 2-0. Currently a goal difference of 7 points, tied at 14. The game might not be pretty. The formations of the 3-4-3 with the introduction of Perisic, I think so, is a big game changer. He's got rid of a lot of dead wood. And for me, Antonio Conte and Arteta would be fighting for the number two spot because I don't see them giving them any. I don't see them putting any pressure on Pep Guardiola and Manchester City. I believe they are going to be a runaway contenders. The only thing is how far you can hold Manchester City back and how little is going to be a difference between number one, number two, three, and four. So that is something which is to be looked at. Currently on the number fourth position is Brighton, which is a surprise. But I will don't want to talk about Brighton right now. But I want to straight away jump onto Manchester United, the fourth team in the top six. So what has Manchester United done right? Number one is that they've got a very brilliant manager. Number two is that they've got the right players at the right price. Yes, there has been certain inflations. Anthony, I don't believe is 80 million plus, but then they've got him. But I believe there are two buys which are very nice. One is Lisandro Martinez, the butcher from Netherlands, and the number two is that 21-year-old Tyrell Malaysia. These two players are epic players of epic proportion, and we are seeing that they have dug into, and Manchester United as a team as a whole has now gone on and imbibed what Eric Ten Hag wants to do. Even though they started off very terribly in the Europa League, but then other than that, they've been performing very consistently. They've got 4 on the bounce, if I'm not wrong. They are on 12 points with a 0 goal difference. They've been performing well. They've defeated Liverpool against the run of play. They've defeated Arsenal, who are at the top of the table, and they've defeated them very comprehensively. For me, Manchester United is well and truly back on track. Only taking into account that if and only if the management supports Eric Ten Hag to the maximum. It is just the first window and the first month has just passed away of the Premier League. And with the unfortunate incident which has happened yesterday, I would have loved to see more of Manchester United coming out of a Thursday night fixture and seeing them how they perform on a Sunday. But as of now, they are at the top of the game, and Manchester United right now in this Premier League top four position is a force to reckon with. If not second and third, they will be for sure fighting for that number four spot, a very prestigious Champions League spot, which will obviously give them more purse as well as some more purse for spending in the coming summer window in the next year. I don't know will do they have any plans of spending in the winter because right now winter is very far away and we do have the World Cup coming in November as well. So all has to be looked at. How deep is the team? But I still feel the depth for Manchester United is still not there. They still need more players who are of the right mentality and look up to Eric Ten Hag and not the other way around. So that is something which is very, very important. Moving from Manchester United to the most troublesome team right now, second most troublesome team right now is Chelsea. They have just sacked their manager about a couple of days back. They have the new manager in place in terms of Graham Potter. We have already discussed about what Graham Potter sacking of Thomas Tuchel, why did he get sacked, and also what is the new vision for the American owners of Todd Bowley and consortium of Clear Drake. But what does what will Graham Potter do to Chelsea? Would have loved to see against Fulham this week, but then unfortunately again the game has been postponed. So what does that bring to the table for Chelsea? They get a little more time to spend with Graham Potter, and also for Graham Potter to understand the team and how is he going to be playing that team, and they still have more time to they have more time on their hands to play. So let's see what will Graham Potter bring to Chelsea. But as of now, I don't see them finishing in the top four. If something changes in the coming days, would be something different. But yes, Chelsea is for me in the Europa spot. How are their signings? Like I said earlier as well, Chelsea always signed a triple A level players. Right now they have signed double A players, and I still don't see them. I, as individually, don't see them fitting perfectly in the Chelsea mentality. They still don't have a number nine. I really don't know how will Graham Potter solve that issue. There is a problem at the number six position. There's a problem at the number eight position. There's a problem at the number 10 position. Plenty of defenders in the team. A lot of players would be re-energized with a new manager coming in, especially Pulisic, Ziyech, Mount, Kai Havertz. I believe a lot of them. So I really don't see Aubameyang performing at his highest level. Even when he was at Arsenal, he was at a very low level. He was deteriorating. He went to Barcelona. He's not performed there well, and coming back into the Premier League at in on his last limbs, I really don't see Aubameyang performing. And for me, Chelsea right now are at a very tricky stage of a Europa spot. But then again, you don't know. It is the Premier League. What will happen? What will not happen? I really don't. Coming from Chelsea, moving on to the last team and the most disturbed team as of now, I feel is Liverpool. Apart from their victory against Bournemouth, I really don't see one of the highlights which is there. They bullied a weak team. That is all I can say. Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool do have problems. They lost to Napoli in the Champions League. They have not been performing in the Premier League. Everybody's been taking them for a ride. And an honest opinion, apologies to the Liverpool fan. I feel that a sack or an axe is dooming on Klopp because his team has not been performing. They've got Darwin Nunez, they've got Luis Diaz, but a biggest problem they are missing Mane. They shouldn't have let him go because Sadio Mane was one of the big pieces which made Mohamed Salah the most lethal player in the past year. But this year he's looking blunt, he's looking out of place, he's looking out of position, and he's not the Mohamed Salah we know of. So that is a big problem to get him to fire. I have watched the games. I feel he's playing more on the right, wider side rather than coming in narrower. And I believe the defense also this time around has been able to read and how to stop Mohamed Salah. And another big problem is Liverpool has been leaking goals. The defense is not there. You've got Gomez who's been creating, having errors after errors, and has been having difficulty leading with strikers. Van Dijk has been not at the top of his form. Robertson was dropped in between. He's not at the top of his form. Alexander Arnold is a 50-50 on and off. Rest of it, I really don't know what is happening in Klopp's mind, what is there in Jurgen Klopp's mind. But I sure feel that there might be an axe booming for Liverpool. If not now, maybe in a few game weeks coming in. So if Liverpool doesn't perform, I give him game week 7, game week 8, at least get till game week 10 or maybe post international break. If that kind of a thing happens, that Liverpool may lose game week 7, then surely the pressure is going to be on Jurgen Klopp to get his team to fire. If he doesn't, then sure be it, there might be curtains for for Jurgen Klopp after a 7-year reign. And in the beginning of the season, I did say, is this the seventh season syndrome which is coming into play? With the performance of the Liverpool, I can surely say it is in place. And I really don't know where is Liverpool heading. They were runners up last season. They've been one of the Premier League champions. They won the Champions League, but at the cost of 5 years, he's built a team. I think so. They should be challenging for the title year in and year out, and for the Champions League year in and year out. They've been unlucky a couple of times, but then they should be right there in the mix of the top four. Right now, they are not there, and I don't see them. If this kind of a performance is there, I don't see them finishing in the top five at least in the Premier League this season. There might be a chance that Brighton or some other team might eclipse them, and Liverpool might fall further below if their performances don't improve this season. So, on that note, thank you very much for tuning in, and I will be back tomorrow with another video. With most probably Sile is going to be there, so we may have something new for you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Adios. Do like, share, subscribe, enable those notifications, share it with your friends, and let me know your thoughts on what you think my analysis says for the top six up till now. All right. Cheers, guys. Bye.